Yarn Chicken is not going to beat me, okay? I finished this project. Shawlette here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. So I have a lot to share. I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I've got some crochet and I have some knitting. Okay, so the first project that I want to share with you all is this cowl. It is the Piece by Piece cowl by Rachel Nguyen, and I have made so many of her projects. She is such a good pattern writer. If you are a crocheter and you don't know about Rachel, definitely check her out. I have made lots of other projects by her. So this pattern is it's made using my yarn, QueensYarnBoutique, and it is in the colorway Meant to Be. And this is I dyed this like forever ago, but it is on my Vanity MCN DK base, which is 80% merino, 10% nylon, and 10% cashmere. And oh my goodness, this is so soft. I just love it. It looks a little, well, I'd say that's true to color. I'm looking in the viewfinder. It's a little lighter, but I'd say it's pretty true to color though. So I absolutely love it. It's a light variegated yarn. And when I was making this, I was a little scared because this has beautiful details in it. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like this diamond, not quite a diamond, but it's like a clover almost. It's like 4 holes here. And this pattern goes throughout the entire cowl, and it's beautiful. And I was a little afraid that the pattern would get lost in the variegated yarn, but it didn't. So if you were to make this, I would definitely use either a solid or a tonal or a very lightly variegated colorway to make this. So I used an H hook, which I believe is a 5mm. Yeah. Sometimes, depending on where you're at, H hooks are a number 8, I believe. But anyway, it's an H hook. That's what I use. So that wasn't too hard on the hands. And of course, I have my notes here because I don't want to forget anything. So this pattern was really cool. However, it did have a 4-row repeat, so it was a little difficult to memorize, but that's totally cool. I was in no rush. So yeah, there is a 4-row repeat, but it's not difficult at all. It took me about 5 days to make this. Probably could have done it sooner, but I switched between crocheting and knitting, and yeah, I don't tend to focus on one project at a time. So this took about 5 days, and it is beautiful. Of course, I did block it. After I finished it, it was a little snug, but after I blocked it, oh my gosh, I gained so many inches. And of course, this is going to be for the winter time, so if it's snug, it's fine anyway. But it fits perfectly now, absolutely perfectly. And even though it's like 1,000 degrees outside, I'll try it on. So this is how it fits. And hopefully when I wear it, oh yeah, that looks good. So I really want people to be able to see the motif there, because that's really what makes this so pretty, is that motif. So yeah. All right, that is that. Oh my gosh. Why do I wear black on these videos? It's like all the fiber just shows up here. Craziness. And so after making this, it's 231 yards in each skein of this, and y'all, I did not have a lot of yarn left at all. Okay, Yarn Chicken is not going to beat me. Okay, I finished this project. Yes, I was not about to let Yarn Chicken win, and as you all can see, I did not have a lot of yarn left. It was only like a few inches, so yeah, but Yarn Chicken was not going to defeat me. All right, let's see, running out of room already. Okay, so up next, I made the Diaspora Headwrap by Whitney Marie Anderson. Is absolutely incredible. Now it is a paid pattern, and I'm not sure if I mentioned the last one, the piece by piece cowl, that is paid as well. But this pattern is absolutely amazing. And like I said, it is paid for, but if you want to get access to this pattern, it is available in issue 1 of Radical Threads magazine. And of course, I'll link it all below per usual, but it is amazing. So let me show you all my finished project. Here it is. It is beautiful. And as you can see here, there's like a diamond motif. Maybe it'll show up better. Yeah. Okay, so wearing black today was a good thing, right? Look how that shows up there. It is gorgeous. I just enjoyed making this project so much. And there were several times where I would just stop crocheting just to look at the pattern as it was working itself out. It was just, I was like, wow, she is so talented and it's amazing. So for this, I did use a 4.5, which is a 4.5 millimeter, which is a size 7 crochet hook. So that's one of those crochet hooks where it's like, yeah, it doesn't have a letter assigned to it. On most crochet hook brands, there's like no letter assigned to it. But anyway, 4.5 millimeter size 7 hook is what I use. And I use my yarn, QueensYarnBoutique, in the Kiss Sock colorway, the Kiss Sock base, and the Berrylicious colorway. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And this particular yarn, it is sock weight, and it has, oh, let's see, 463 yards. Yes, I have so many bases in my shop that I'm like, oh, I gotta remember the yardage for each one. But it is 436 yarn per skein, and I didn't quite use the entire skein. I did have a little bit left. I had this much left. So I have no idea what I can do with this. I have a bunch of like little leftover balls of yarn, and I have to really figure out what I want to make with them. But my stash over here for little balls of yarn is definitely building up, and so I have to figure out something to do with these little odds and ends. But yeah, really enjoyed making this. Definitely check it out. It's, of course, a head wrap, but you can style it so many different ways. I love it. Yeah, it's great. And, you know, another thing, too, is I thought about making it again, but maybe in, like, a cotton would be fun. I mean, wool, of course, is fine, but I think I might want to wear one to the beach. And I don't want to get, like, I don't want to get wool wet. Like, not at all. But if I make another one and I make it in a cotton base, that could be fun. So yeah, let's see what else I want to say. So it only took me 3 days. It only took me 3 days to make this. Once you get in the rhythm of making this project, it is fantastic. So that's that. And like I said, it's very well written, and yeah, I highly recommend it. All right. And I did make an IG video as a collaboration with Radical Threads magazine, and I'll go ahead and insert that here.
Hello everyone, Rochelle here, and today I am sharing with you all my finished Diaspora Headwrap. It was designed by Whitney Marie Anderson. So the yarn that I used to make my head wrap was Berrylicious, and this is available on my Kiss sock base, which is 75% superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. I absolutely love this head wrap. I really like the way that it complements my natural hair. And what I love the most about it is how it looks like in the side profile. Like, I think that is so cute. All right, so some other colorways that I suggest from my shop would be Pimo, Tesseract, Wine, Black Cherry, Bronzer, Vintage Rose, Vibranium, High Voltage, Sherpa, and Marvelous. Also, you can find this base. I have Kiss sock, I have Diamonds and Pearls MCN sock, and I have Pop Life fingering. So I really think those bases would be great for you all. Now, if you want to find this pattern, you can go to Radical Threads website. It is in their issue number 1. And if you would like to check out these yarns, you can go to my shop at QueensYarnBoutique.com.
So let's move on. Okay, so the next project that I want to share with you all is this one. And it is the Cold Spring Cowl by Maya Gooding. Making sure I got that right. So yeah, it is an amazing project and I had so much fun making it. So this project, it is a pay for pattern and I used the Vitalana tweed base. This is a KnitCrate base and it has tweed in it, of course, and I used 2 skeins of this and I used the colorway Spiced Cranberry. That just sounds great. Spiced Cranberry, and it is 90% wool, 10% diagonal neps, and it is an Aran weight. So love it. As you can see, I still have some left over. So once again, got to find something to do with it. But check this out. So I had to use 2 needles for this one. I used a US 6, and let's see, a US 6 is a 4mm needle, and I used a US 8, which is a 5mm, and I used a 16-inch cable. So of course I used the smaller hook on this 2x2 rib. And what's so cool about this project is that I learned a lot of new techniques. So what I learned was how to do this split detail. I had never done this before, and in order to get this technique, you had to like bind off a few stitches, and then there were a couple of new stitches that I learned, and I wrote them down because they're kind of weird. But it was I did the long tail cast on, but I also had to do, it's like you move the yarn in the front and then you purl. I don't know, it's really weird, but I did enjoy making it, and I think it's called the slip 1 with yarn in front, and you do that on the wrong side, and then you do slip 1 with yarn in the back, and you do that on the right side. And so these were new techniques to me, and I will leave a link in the description box below to the tutorial that I got this from, because I learned to knit at YouTube University, and I learned a lot of different techniques from there. I just kept going over and over again with this pattern, so I love it. And of course, I did wet block it, and it grew. Let me try it on for you, because I really want you to see that split detail on the side. I love how this lays. Hope you all can see that, but that is beautiful. Love it so much. There's also a pattern by Espastrico that I want to make. I forget what the name of it is, but it has a split, but it also has buttons on it, so that would be really cool. But I just love this one so much, and I wonder, like, could the other pattern by Espastrico, I wonder, is it like this one or is it different? Because I love this one so much, and I feel like I want to make more. But once again, this is the Cold Spring Cowl by Maya Gooding. I have a lot of projects in my queue. My Ravelry is ridiculous. I don't think I'll ever get to all of them, but there's a ton of other projects that I want to make. And so this cowl, now it's made with non-superwash wool. So when I first finished it, it was a little, I guess the word is toothy, I guess is what they call it. It was a little toothy, but after blocking it, it softened out. It really softened out. So yeah, that's that. Alrighty then, let's see. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, let me go ahead and show you all what I am working on. Alright, so I'm working on a couple of things. One knitted, one crochet, of course. I gotta have like one of each going on. So this first one is living in my yarn. I'm losing words today. My goodness, what's the thing called? It's living in this. My yarn bowl. Y'all, it is too hot. So I am making this. And of course, I am mid-row. Why am I in my mid-row? Okay. So while I am talking about this, for whatever reason, I finished in the middle of the row. I don't know why. But if you all watched my last video, I worked on this. And as I talk about this, I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this row, because I don't know why I just left it in the middle of the row like that. But anyway, so this particular project is called the Diagonal Comfort Blanket, and it is by Lion Brand. And so I am using this as a stash buster sort of project. And the colors that I am using, well, this is I Love This Yarn in the pink colorway. But I'm thinking about putting black in it. or either some of the Joann's, oh, not Joann's, the Karen Jumbo yarn in this as well. It just depends on how much I use of this particular yarn, because I do have a lot of this pink yarn left. So for this, I started off on a US 7 needle, which is a 4.5 millimeter needle. And I started off on a 24-inch cable because that's what the project said. But I was a little iffy about that. I was like, making a blanket on a 24-inch cable? We'll see about that. So, of course, I have about, I would say about 90 stitches right now. And it was getting a little cramped on that 24-inch cable. So last night I did switch to a 32-inch cable. So hopefully that will last. All right, so what else did I want to say? So this is a typical knitted corner to corner type of blanket. What else was it called? I know this is called corner to corner, but it was called something else. I guess they just call it a diagonal blanket, but most people know it as a corner to corner blanket. And it's just very easy, very meditative. All you need to know is how to knit and yarn over. That is pretty much it. Just knit and yarn over. And also, if you've ever made a knitted dishcloth, this is a lot like a knitted dishcloth. So yeah, great stash buster project. I did work on this during my last video, and it was kind of like a little knit and chat video. And I just want to say thank you all so much for the kind words and the kind response that I got from that video. In all my years of being on YouTube, I don't think I've ever made a video where I was just kind of like talking about my opinions. But thank you all so much for the kind reception to that video. And I hope to make more videos. That was a knit and chat video. I hope to make a crochet and chat video. It really just depends on the project that I'm working on at the time. And also it needs to be a project where I can talk and work at the same time. And of course, as you can see, this is one of them. I can definitely chit chat with you all and knit on this project at the same time. So I'm just going to finish this up here. All right, so I'm going to put that down. And I'm going to go ahead and get to my crochet project. All right. It is getting so hot in here. Like, I hope I'm not glistening. If I'm glistening, y'all, sorry. I have to turn the air off before I film because my air condition, it's loud, and there's actually a floor vent right beside my camera. So you all would be hearing all of that if the air was on right now. All right. Anyway, so let me get to my crochet project. So for this, I am using my yarn, QueensYarnBoutique, on the Poplar Fingering Base. And this colorway is Hydrangea. Haven't dyed this in forever. I'm just bringing back the oldies but goodies today. So for this, I am using a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. That has become a very useful hook for me. Very useful. But anyway, this is a free pattern, and it is called the Dream Spice by Tanya Erbhart. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. But this is a free pattern. So of course I will link that below for you all. So let me show it to you. This is a shawl or a shawlette. I'll call it a shawl. The designer called it a shawlette because it's one that's just gonna gently wrap around you. But of course, it's gonna be much bigger than this. And this is a great one skein project. If you're like me, I have so many random skeins of fingering weight or sock weight yarn, and I have no idea what to do with it because I usually use DK or worsted. And so if you have like that skein of fingering weight yarn or sock weight yarn that's just lying around and you need something to do with it, this project is great. So you all can see that there. And I am putting a stitch marker after each repeat row because there's a ton of repeat rows. I wanted to let you all know that there was, I think it's an 8-row repeat. Yeah, let me just double check here. Yeah, 8-row repeat. So it's definitely not one that you're going to memorize unless your memory is impeccable. But yeah, just so I know where I'm at, I do put a stitch marker every 8 rows. So this is it. I'm almost there, but you all know how I am with smaller weight yarn. But you know what? The more I work with fingering weight and sock weight and all of that stuff, the more and more that I like it. And I really like this colorway. And when I'm done, this will be a asymmetrical shawl. Okay, so I have gotten a few things. There's some yarn that I wanted to share with you all. I will go ahead and show my KnitCrate box for July. Now, of course, I've already opened this, but y'all, I have to show you this. Okay, so it's a little bit of crinkling. Look at that color. So the theme for this box is Sunscape, and that's gorgeous. I definitely see the inspiration. Okay, so this is the yarn. And also there's a little bag down at the bottom too. Okay, this yarn, oh my gosh, it is so soft. Oh my goodness, it is so soft. It is the, let's see what base this is. This is on their Vitalana Silhouette base. And the colorway is called Sailor's Delight. It is 50% superwash merino wool and 50% tencel. It's a fingering weight and it's 400 yards. This yarn is so soft. It's amazing. Of course, it's fingering weight, but hey, I'm getting better with fingering weight yarn, so this is good. Maybe I needed this, but it is so soft. I keep petting it. And here's the little bag that came with it. Nice bright bag that says KnitCrate with a little ball of yarn. That's like a little sunset. So that was this month's crate. Yeah, we're still in July. And so I do have a coupon code, Queen20. KnitCrate has changed things around a little bit. So you do get 20% off your first order. But I believe there's like a buy one, get one thing going on. So definitely go and check out KnitCrate. You can use my coupon code, Queen20, of course. But they do have a promotion where it's like a buy one, get one with your first box. But anyway, use my code if you want to get 20% off on the KnitCrate. That's so nice. Okay, I really got to get a bigger table. I have stuff everywhere. Okay. All right. So moving on. I had posted something on Instagram a little while ago, and I was basically promoting my own yarn. And someone made a comment, geez, it's good to see you promote your own yarn for once. And I was like, oh my gosh, my channel is called QueensYarnBoutique, but I rarely ever show QueensYarnBoutique yarn. I don't know. Like I said in my last video, I am not good with promoting myself, and I need to get better with that. So anyway, I would like to share with you all a few colorways that I have in the shop. And these are one of a kind. So, you know, they've been dyed and won't be dyed again. So the first one that I wanted to share with you all is this one. And this is available on my Diamonds and Pearls MCN sock base and Adore Worsted. So it has some oranges and some brown and some purple in there. That's how that looks. I think that's showing up pretty true to color. Let me take it out. So that's that. Also, I have these. These are actually different, so I'll just show one at a time. But this is on my Diamonds and Pearls MCN sock base. That is so pretty. Has anybody seen Black Panther, the first one? And to me, this kind of looks like their and it kind of looks like their sky to me. But then it looks like a lot of other things too. I know some of my friends was telling me that it kind of looks like if an astronaut is looking back down at Earth and you see all of the blues and the greens. It kind of reminds them of this as well. And here's another one. There's not as many greens in this one. So that's that. And of course, like I said, these are one of a kind. Put this back before I mix stuff up. All right, and I have a few more to share with you all. So I have this one. This is on my door worsted base, and it has like some browns, some greens, and some purple in it. And then these last two, I have this one here. And as you can see, most of these have like that green purple feel going on, because I was trying to come up with a new colorway, but every time I dyed it on a different base, it turned out completely different. Completely different. In fact, check this one out. Look at this one. This is on my Graffiti Bridge Silk DK. So this is this has 30% silk in it. And so I dyed all of these the exact same way. And they all took it differently. That's crazy. So of course I didn't feel comfortable dyeing them or calling them one particular colorway. So I just made them one of a kind. Maybe one day I will figure out the magic formula. Alright, so those are my yarns that I wanted to share with you all. They are in my shop, and I will leave a link to them below. Also, I have updated my Ravelry, so if you all make something using my yarn, you can go in there, and I guess like when you make your product page, you can tag my yarn in there. I went ahead and made sure that was up to date. All right, so that is, yep, I showed you all that stuff and my yarn. All right, so I wanted to ask you all a bavardon question. Of course, that's just French for let's chat. All right, so today's bavardon question is, what are your movie pet peeves? I could do a whole video on just this subject. It seems like every time my husband and I go to a movie, there's always somebody on their cell phone with the brightness turned up. There's always somebody talking or doing crazy stuff. And it's just like, it's always something. So either they're talking, or they're using their cell phone, or they're coming in late. Or what I really can't stand is, like after the movie, you know, everybody's walking out and everything, and as you're walking out, you're looking down and there's like popcorn on the floor and people leave their drinks, and I just always feel so bad for the person that has to clean it up. And I know that that's their job, but just because somebody else is going to clean it up for you don't mean you just leave it there. And it's like popcorn everywhere, drinks. I'm like, even if you don't pick up your popcorn, can you at least take your drink to the trash can, which is like right outside it? Anyway, I'm not going to get on that soapbox, but drives me insane. And I think we've all been late to a movie before. I definitely know I have. But you know, if you come in like an hour late and then you're just walking over everybody, oh well, I know. I think we've all done some of these, but those are just some of my pet peeves when it comes to going to the theater. So let me know in the comment section below, what are your pet peeves at the movie theater? What are the things that people do that drive you insane? Definitely let me know. We've been to the movies quite a bit this year, but Yeah, I feel confident in saying that the movie I enjoyed the most this year has actually been the Minion movie. It's so good. I'm not going to spoil it, but the Minion movie was so good. All right, so that is it. I do have links to all the things that I talked about today in the description box below. So whether that's my favorite crochet and knitting tools, all of that is below. Definitely check out my YouTube community tab. I'm still asking fun questions over there. And if you want to support my channels, I have links in the description box below for that too. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. You can also find me on social media as QueensYarnBoutique. And to continue watching, you can click on the next screen. So, click on the next screen for more videos. Until next time.